We have such an atomized, individualized society. And it goes back to what I was saying earlier about politics as a consumer activity. And if it's not something that it's for a lot of people, it seems like just something that boring old people do, and rather than something to really be engaged in.
I know when I have 4 kids, and when they were little and they're early, like Obama's time, I was active as I could be. But yeah, it was hard because they make it not easy, especially like when you start talking about city councils and things like that. They don't just talk in normal words, and they could. There's just no reason for
Sure.
all that silliness. And
Reason
yeah,
most of Congress are lawyers, right? There's a reason for that,
yeah, I
because
know.
they've got this language, this professional jargon that they use that kind of alienates the rest of us.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't think that like it's just unnecessary, and we all know it's unnecessary, and it's just silly at this point. And it feels like cosplay almost. They should have the white wigs on or something. Point of order. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my gosh, have we never done a group project before? We all went to college. We did group projects, did we
Yeah.
not? This is just a really big group project.
There's a role for policy experts to inform what's going on in the legislature, but yeah, we need to get more regular people in there who are really tied into what the needs of the working class are, to really put that voice forward. And yeah, like we consult with people who know how these policies work. That's great. That's important. Very important. But it doesn't need to be a prerequisite for holding the office.
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing is bringing the knowing who the people you need to bring to the table are, and then bringing them to the table.
Right.
And because they, like, when I interviewed for different positions with the state, I'd ask them a lot of questions in the interview because I was just curious how it all works, right? I've always never worked for the government. And so it's pretty shocking that they will move an entire department from one bucket to like Department of Labor to Department of Health and Human Services, whatever, you know what I'm saying? They will take an entire department and move it because in their heads they see a bucket of money, and that bucket of money makes more sense under this bucket of money, and they don't even talk to the department heads.
Wow. Wow.
I'm like, how do you know where it should fit if you're not talking to them? And this is
Right.
a both sides thing. They both do it. They like they're all bracing for the governor election, right? Because it doesn't matter who wins, it's going to be someone different.
Right.
And anytime there's someone different, they always come in and think they know how to do stuff. And there's certain departments that every single 8 years or 4 years or however often the person comes in, they want to move them somewhere else.
Yeah.
And yeah, so there's certain departments that just brace for this every time there's a new governor because they know they're getting moved. They know some sweeping change is going to come into their department, and they're not going to talk to them or ask them what they think the solutions are, not even the head of the department, which is just absolutely shocking to me.
Yep. Yeah, it's wild.
It's wild. It's so wild. I think we need more social workers. We need more union people. I love getting union people in office. They know how to talk about how to organize, know how to fight for things.
Absolutely. I've been talking to a lot of them and telling them, like, when we're talking about this Democratic Bill of Rights and this Labor Bill of Rights that I'm proposing, I'm going to have all of you come to the table with me from the ground up. What are the needs what do we need to include in this Labor Bill of Rights and this Democratic Bill of Rights so that the working class majority can have more of a say in government and the economy?
Yeah, for the people, by the people, right? And the people of Kansas are not lawyers that are rich. That's kind of the sentiment it's like some of the Republican base is almost getting it when they're like, they don't want lawyers. We should get to vote for Supreme Court people, not lawyers picking them because lawyers are this and lawyers are that. And I'm like, in this case, I would agree that we should have lawyers deciding that. But you might want to think about that when you're voting for elected officials that maybe
That's where
have lawyers in there.
Yeah, that's why we have the different branches of government, right? Let's let the experts do the judiciary, make all of these interpretations of the law. But when it comes to the ideas and bringing all these ideas together to make the law, that's where we need input from everybody.
Yeah.
We need policy experts, but we also need the regular people in there too.
Yeah, we need to bring everybody impacted to the table if we can, or try to get as many of those voices heard and their opinions as we can to make the proper decision about what is best for all those people. If I want to move my house, I have to talk to everybody. I can't just come in and be like, hey, we're moving and we're going to go live in this house over here. Pack your stuff. We have to make sure that they like that and that's the right house for them, because there may be something I'm not thinking about. Nobody knows everything. You can't possibly think of everything. And I think that it's just become a game for a lot of people. It's become about winning and losing, and it's like a sports team. And people want they want people to know their name. They want to see their name on signs. It's all about it's their own ego is what they want. And sometimes they may not start out that way. They may start out really hopeful and thinking they're going to go in there and do something, but they get in there and they just start listening to the other people because maybe they don't have enough experience in whatever it is, life in general, right? They don't have organizing experience or some sort of experience in organizing the community or doing any of this stuff. And so they go in there and they kind of take the lead from the people before them. And then that just perpetuates everything that's been going on. So I want people to go in there that have strong opinions, that have strong core beliefs that they've believed and stood by.
A lot of values too. I can see it'd be easy to compromise your values because all these different voices, you're going to have to make compromises, but you can't compromise your values is the biggest thing.
Yeah, I feel it in my gut when something's off, when it's wrong. I'll ask a question until my questions get answered and I feel satisfied. I'm not going to vote for something.
Sure.